bracket for Tap 6. MSB has not allowed me to leave this chair for the time being, but I am now joined by Akash.
Yes, hello everyone. After a wonderful Game 5 set, I'm here on the commentating booth talking about this next set that we're about to see here in just a little bit. It's going to be the beloved Clarin mirror between Tri-State's own OoDa and Arizona's own Plastic Dinos. Dinos beating me to get into top 8, and OoDa, I believe, making an upset of their own on the way over here, beating MSB 3-0.
Yes, 3-0. That was the only losers qualifier that wasn't on stream.
Yeah,
it just
and
happened.
it did happen. I did hear that MSB went Edalus for the set. The gamer had activated.
No.
Everyone's been going Edalus against OoDa. I think they just want to eventually like beat the matchup into him or something, because like it's insane. Like we seeded the bracket so that Bagel, the only like Edalus main at the tournament,
The Edalus who
would
will
be
Edalus.
on the opposite side of the bracket, like so that there was no conflict there, because they played a lot last season. It was not great for OoDa. OoDa was getting better at it, but he was just not like able to clutch it up. And then ZB goes Edalus, MSB goes Edalus, and now he has to fight the best player in Arizona. Are they starting on Merchant Port?
Seems like it. We've been seeing a lot of the bans, but no, we're going straight into it. It's Merchant Port.
Yeah,
for
Merchant Port
the
game
first game of top 8.
Yep. This is gonna be losers top 8. It's gonna be Plastic Dinos running the Arizona Clarin skin, and OoDa running the infamous Clarin skin, for those who might not who don't want to get too confused on who's who in this particular mirror.
Skins aside, though, I think we'll also see a pretty big difference in how both of these players approach this character. I was talking a little bit about this off stream, but like, of two very good representatives of Clarin, the way they approach the character's tools in neutral, I feel like is very different.
Oh yeah, for sure. OoDa kind of feels like he's trying to predict where you're going to be before you're there, and Dinos does a lot of like mid-game adaptation stuff. OoDa's always kind of just trying to hit you before you get to the spot that you're going to be at.
Yeah, with Dinos, I feel like there's a lot of like forcing you into bad situations. He sort of corrals you into a specific position. And I think it's a great way to use Clarin's tools when you're on the offensive.
Oh, absolutely. Because obviously Clarin is one of the few characters in this game with like raw destroying, like the only character with a sword. So in a lot of cases you can do the corralling like you mentioned, but sometimes you don't need to corral when you can just get a nice solid downer into down strong and you can just take the stock despite being up 150% on your first one. But as I say, that single hit fair.
You're gonna pop like a balloon after that. But,
Yeah.
But still, it's a testament, I think, to OoDa's more defensively oriented habits, where it's just really good on the reversal count, is able to play a little bit more controlled, and it pays dividends when you're playing against an aggressive opponent.
Woo! Absolutely. And you're seeing like this edge guard's been going on for a long time, 87%, but Dinos finally gets back on stage and is able to get a reversal of his own into a quick 60.
Yeah, Dino's willingness to just swing, just paying in big ways for this percentage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. On top of that right there, good reversal there coming out from Dinos. Gets it down to good DI out. Doesn't want to get hit by that forward strong.
Yeah, a bit risky at the higher percentages, but I feel like if you know when that's going to be safe and when it's not. One of the beauties of playing the mirror, even at like the topmost level of play.
Oh, absolutely. I've talked about this before with some other Absa mains and some other players in general. When you get to this upper echelon of player, you eventually will fight someone that plays your character. There's no two ways about it. You are not like the only player that plays like Crag, Orcane, Absa, player, and Boardsman. You're going to run into a Cake Assault, you're going to run into a Soul Rifle, Penguin, and you're going to either have to learn the mirror or you're going to have a second.
Right.
And this is going to be a good way to see like just how well-versed both players are. Because I mention this now as we're, oh my god, as this combo is going on, but SPS has been a long-time Clarin main for the Arizona scene and one of Dinos' most consistent practice partners. And a lot of the combo game on this character is kind of showing through in how they would play. A lot of really good, like, just patient moonwalking, just trying to, like, mess up the spacing on his opponent just so he can get those nice little combos going.
And all the same, it's a matter of being able to adapt more to the opponent's habits and how they approach the game as opposed to just the character on paper. Because
Exactly.
you can look at it, the character matchup on paper, and that can tell you plenty of information. But you still have to play into that matchup. You still have to play to expectations, and that's a lot more difficult to do when you have a character who's already very fundamentally sound as Claren. Like, she doesn't have anything that really stands out about her as a character. Like, you brought up the disjoints, and I feel like beyond the quirkiness of the command grab, like, it really is just the disjoints that stands out about Claren in particular.
For
You
sure.
still have a lot of wiggle room from there with the character's kit, because it is a very good kit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a great kit. I think one thing that works that you see a little more in some other matchups than maybe in the mirror is the mix-up on like tech options and whatnot. Like how you'll often see them waiting a tempo beat for a tech away and then an option coverage, because Claren might not have a lot of true tech chase combos, but she's really good at catching you when you're flinching.
Yeah, the whip punish game is so real with this character, and especially like between both of these players, like they're just waiting for the opportunity where they know for a fact that the other has overextended.
Exactly. And we're seeing right there with like how OoDa is doing really good at keeping those down tilts at range, but Dinos is just getting the kills every time. He's getting the tippers when he needs them, and he's converting off of them, which is another thing that it takes a lot of skill to do with Claren, is conversions off of like those tipper hits. Ooh, as I said, oh my!
From the center too, and off the top. Looking fantastic.
Double up air right off the top. Honestly, Claren's up air, a fantastic move, one that has a lot of utility both on the sour hit and on the sweet spot hit.
I love how OoDa was ready to just pull it back, just let it simmer. You cooked up plenty of damage there and managed to even the playing field. No reason to overextend. And I feel like that overextension is what Dinos is looking for in a lot of these middling percentages.
Oh, absolutely. You saw there, he slid in with the parry right to try and catch OoDa with like a down tilt or an F tilt, like something to kind of swat him away, and OoDa just didn't bite at all. And that's a testament to, like you said, the patience from before. But Dinos is just ready with conversions every time. Double sour backer into tipper forward strike.
Ooh, all right, that was a really cute catch. And the combo extends.
Speaking of catch, caught him with the hand, just gotta get over here. All right, downer into down strong. Nice little classic Claren kill setup. And last stock, 50%. Not a whole lot on Claren.
You know, down air into stuff has been what OoDa has been relying on pretty heavily for this particular game. And I like the changes on the timing. You had brought up tempo shifting earlier, and I feel like OoDa is taking full advantage of the ability to just sort of feint out a reaction from Dinos and then punish accordingly.
I think one person once said that like OoDa, it plays like it's a 2v1. Like there's a third player on the screen, because sometimes you'll see that he like completely whiffs a move, but he'll still find you in that and then hit you. It's like there's like an invisible person on the screen sometimes, and he's fighting both of you at the same time.
He's shadowboxing.
He's shadowboxing a little bit. Oh, speaking of it, tipper nair. I think that was 5 or 6 in tipper up into sour up strong, or into neutral up strong. Like it was a normal hit. But gonna seal it out, 1 apiece now. Dinos is the only Arizonian player here tonight.
That is fair, given that we are pretty far from Arizona.
We are pretty far from Arizona, yeah. I think, we are running it back to Spirit Tree. I think in a lot of the unfortunate forward strong stuck on the platform, I saw that and I'm just like, oh no, I feel that, you know, in my soul. I feel that.
Move good. Use good move.
Yeah, it's the strongest move. Ledge canceling that nair. Oh, it's so beautiful. OoDa's kind of activated a little bit right now, you know? Like I'm trying not to have tri-state bias, but like 80% untouched there until that stray hit.
I mean, he's really answering the call to what Dinos has put up, because Dinos had a pretty dominant game 1. And even though like OoDa was looking good in it, it was very much Dinos' game. And throughout most of game 2, I feel like it was a lot of the interactions were initiated by Dinos.
Oh yeah, and I mean even now it seems like it's the case to a degree at least. And I mean I see right now with the way that OoDa is moving around in the air, like he's stalling intentionally because he feels like he knows that Dinos is going to be going for a lot of these more aggressive buttons when OoDa's trying to get in. Good hold in, avoids getting hit by that tipper up front. That would have been the stock right there for sure.
Yeah, a bit of an aggressive recovery, and a great call out from OoDa too.
Yeah, called out the immediate double up B. And right now, 86% still has a big chance to take a large lead in this mirror, because from the looks of it, it seems pretty tough to kind of get the lead back once you lose it. Like, we've seen like large conversions before, but it always seems like it's such an uphill battle to kind of get the other clan to whiff a move that you are ready to punish.
And that's very much been like one of the little stories to take away from Tap 6 is that we've seen many games on stream tonight where the question is, how do you play with the lead? And of course that sounds kind of silly to put just as a statement on paper, but like every player who's come out on top has answered it slightly different.
We've seen players that are more aggressive, people that will push the advantage just like that, going off stage out of nowhere, taking that with a tipper nair 6. And we'll see players that are willing to just kind of like pull their opponent in slowly, let them hang themselves, like say, okay, I know you're going to get more aggressive. I'm just going to let you keep throwing out those buttons, keep getting more frustrated, and I'm just going to capitalize off of that every single time.
And while the game itself is certainly more even than it would play, I do feel like that is the way that OoDa has been playing out from the lead in a lot of this, because so many interactions that have ended in OoDa's favor have begun from just getting right on top of classic Dinos and then full hopping, and then seeing how he reacts from there before he even swings and what he chooses to swing at.
Yeah, we're seeing that right there. Like, he slid off the platform because he knew he was in a spot where he could get downstruck, and he didn't want to deal with that. The second he baited that out, he was right in position to punish it. All right, gets the parry into the side B. 60% though, we're getting into those dangerous ranges of like Clarence being able to convert off of it like that. We see a strong hit of up air on a stage this small is very likely to
Oh
kill.
yeah, no, these little hits are dangerous. And the fact that like OoDa is willing to swing even in these situations where Dinos is making these more aggressive recoveries just lends itself to how confident he is in being able to take the game.
Yeah, now up 2-1 in the set. That tipper back air is so devious to DI when you're that high up, that close to the top of the blast zone, and on a stage with such a small side blast zone. There's like nowhere to really go. Dan said he could have lived that, but I have my doubts. I don't think I could have lived that. A guy like me probably would have held in and died off the top. So I respect Dinos for holding down and trying to find that perfect spot. We're going to Tower of Heaven for game number 4, Battlefield.
All right. I like the tri-plat layout here. I feel like this is a very strong pick on Dinos' behalf, because he just needs to get the ball rolling in his favor, because the layout will allow him very well to respond to the ways that OoDa can mix up recovery. We already see the higher recovery off the up special, and I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of that, just trying to dive into these more dangerous spaces. But I also feel like that just favors very well into how Dinos has been trying to control space, at the very least since we've seen from game 1.
Another thing I think we've also been seeing is just been a lack of fear from OoDa in regards to pairing and in regards to like being afraid of like what Dinos is going to do. We haven't seen a whole ton of like aggressively retreating away from Dinos, you know? Like when the opportunity arises, there's like some baiting of some of the moves, but we're not seeing like flat out retreating away from the fight.
Yeah, it's OoDa's very willing to play right outside of that burst range of where Clarence could reach in any particular instance.
Yeah, we saw right there on the platform, there was a dash forward and then there was a moonwalk, basically, to bait out like a little movement option, but counter into the forward strong. Nice little buff on that move to give it a tipper hitbox that you can convert off of it.
Smile.
Yeah, you know, she definitely needs it. You know, get your double jump back too. Oh yeah, no, she needs that. Yep. Destroys all projectiles. Yeah, no, that was in there from the get-go. But enough about counter. We're talking about this edge guard right now from OoDa. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, just waiting and dash dancing outside of the range of the up B and then just cleaning it up with a forward strong. They both jumped and did the down. You saw it. They both jumped and tried to do downer, and Dinos was just a frame faster. He swung the sword first. He swung first, you know? He's Han Solo in this situation. Just like this edge guard, 120%, but all it takes is one opportunity to get back on stage to kind of swing the game back in your favor. The ledge cancel downer and the weight on the parry too.
There is no stronger MVP for this game for OoDa than full hop down air. The way that this man is making that one situation work in so many different ways. And Dinos has come up with so many responses, and so few of them are working in his favor.
It's never consistent. There's another one. All right. Oh, it doesn't get the tech chase in there, but another downer, like you said.
Yeah, they've been coming out all set.
Sour. Oh, there it is again. Yeah.
It's so many of them.
Sour or sweet, he just wants to hit them, you know, because I think that's his comfort move. He likes to. He knows that he can convert off of them the best.
And the thing is that, like, even though Dinos has definitely acknowledged that that is a thing that OoDa is putting out so consistently, he hasn't had like one strong punish for it because OoDa's been changing the timing of when he swings, and sometimes it's been coming down to just an empty hop, and sometimes it's been a different aerial.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's forward air, sometimes it's there, and it's enough of a mix-up to where Dinos isn't super confident on what the move is gonna be on the call out. You know?
And those micro adjustments are what's really making the difference in OoDa's game. He's able to even up this game, and yes, the percentage deficit definitely leaves a lot to be desired on the side of OoDa. But just like finding the mark in so many ways, but it's Dinos finding the mark here, bringing us into game 5.
Yeah, game number 5, though it is on OoDa's counter pick, so we're gonna see where OoDa's gonna be taking us. I love just how confident Dinos is in swinging for those kill confirms when he gets the opportunity to. Again, like another double back air sour into the tipper forward strong. Like he just knows the spacing for that down pat.
Forward strong, good.
Forward strong, good.
Press button.
Yeah, it's so strong. Some would say it's the strongest move in the game. I mean, it's a monster tipper, you know?
Hey, listen, the results are right there.
Exactly. 2-2, game 5, Trooper Pond. Apparently, this is apparently a very good clearance stage, from what I understand.
And it makes sense. You have a lot of active space to be able to continue edge guards. The platform height is just right.
And that tipper on the extended hitbox from the arms. Yeah, that's also the stock too. Like, yeah, I think like for Dinos, that's a lot. That's a pretty big a pretty big deficit to come back from right now because OoDa's been able to keep the stocks rolling for the most part. Another one. The percentage keeps climbing right now.
Dino's doing his damnedest just to move as fast as he can. And I appreciate that there's a lot more proactive movement across the past couple of games, but OoDa's still just threatening so much of that aerial space just by being there. Finally paying the price for it.
Yeah, but at 65% right now, like, it's very easy for Dinos to make this percentage back, but cleaning up the stock's going to be a whole different story. We got to see if he can actually seal it out before OoDa does. Because having the stock lead allows him to play the more like pull his opponent in style that he seems to be wanting to try and do right now. Oh, great DI out on that Nair. Barely living it.
Just throwing out the counter.
Sometimes you gotta do it. These tippers are trading like crazy. Oh, just misses the forward strong.
Oh, he's still hunting.
Yeah, he's out there. And again, like, no fear. Despite being under on top of the platform there, OoDa showing no fear. Reverse forward shot.
OoDa plays like an oracle that has like foreseen the results of the set, and he just has to follow suit.
He just has to do what needs to be done, you know? And right now, sitting on potential tournament stock. It's so strong. Has its resources, though.
Just waiting for the opportunity to swing once again, but not giving it. Excellent return to stage for Dinos and building up that percentage, making the most of what this lead can do.
Oh, we're starting to see the parries come on. That might not be good. It might be good. It's hard to know. Oh my! An F tilt. Oh, that might have been a forward strong. But no resources. That was stock at 55%. Last stock of the tournament. Grab.
He's got to pop out to see what's good in these final stock situation.
He's judging him. Oh, sour down into forward strong. No follow-up. Goes for a down tilt. Does not give match. Does not make it smart.
Chasing around with the down tilts.
Two for flinching.
Uh-oh.
He's a hehe. Oh, wanted to go for the tipper, but even percents now, as I say that.
Oh, the tension is high. At a peak even as these percentages climb.
Oh, the down strong not going to kill.
And the counter doesn't manage to find its mark.
Yeah, just late butt that's up tilt into tipper up air. Ooh. We saw it the first stock. We see it the last stock. And that's going to be Dinos taking it 3-2 over OoDa and moving on into losers quarters of the tournament. It looks like you're staying with me for a little bit longer, buddy.
Just a bit longer.
You know, it had to happen. Lucius is over somewhere crying, my cardboard. Oh, my carpool.
The carpool.
The
dreams
carpool's
are
not
in-
getting back to like 2.
No,
But, like,
we got a bit of an adventure ahead of us because it's not just myself that's holding back the Lucius Mobile, but also one of our other carpool compatriots, Giga, who is stepping up to the plate to once again, I guess I stay.
you know, sometimes it has to happen. Who is... Oh, I believe Giga will be fighting Sparks.
That's correct.
Yeah, that means we are seeing Giga and Sparks head up to stream. Eliana Sylvanos.
This is, I think, for the first